Today we covered chapter 8 in my book, Voices of Reason, with a group of student leaders in Burundi, Africa. This chapter is called A Philosophy for Living on Earth. It's a philosophy I have embraced since my teenage years. And they asked a question about rational egoism, rational self-interest. What does that mean? They had many perceptive questions during the session. In fact, we didn't really talk very much about presentation skills, public speaking. It was more deeper philosophy, because this book is a combination of philosophy, history, and self-development, public speaking, practical tips on presentation skills. And this, of the 8 chapters, this group in Burundi, they were very curious because traditionally, oh, you're selfish. That's an insult. That's a put down for people, and properly so, if it's basically somebody who just wants to grab the money and run. So what I did is I broke it down to a few different categories. I distinguished hedonism, which is this materialistic pursuit of pleasures, money, sex, material possessions, as opposed to what Aristotle called eudaimonia, which is happiness, the highest form of a flourishing life, which rejects material success at all costs. But the thing that really stuck with him was I brought up the point: selfishness, rational egoism, rational self-interest means you are the primary beneficiary of your actions, but you are not the only beneficiary. So the classic example is when you're on the plane and they say, if you need to use the oxygen, put the thing over your mouth, the mother or the parent does it to themselves first and then their child. And that's the point. You can't take care of other people if you can't take care of yourself first. The fountainhead, my hero Howard Rourke, says, to say I love you, you must first know how to say the I. But the last way that I had it hit home for them was, I say in my book, I want Africa as a continent to become this incredible, it has so many rich resources, but there's poverty, and much of that is by poor governance. There's not freedom. They don't have the liberty that we have in the Western Hemisphere. And we covered many examples during the sessions, but the way I phrased it to them was, I hope this book can help change that. And one way I'm doing that is going through chapter by chapter with students in Burundi, Central Africa, Malawi. I just started working with them, Africa. And I said, it's in my self-interest to have you guys live a better life, and you are the future of the African continent. And even though I'm not getting paid anything for all this time that I'm helping them understand the principles of presentation skills and leadership, really, because they are future leaders, doesn't mean I'm not interested. Doesn't mean I'm doing it out of an altruistic purpose. No, I really want to live to see the results. So that was a good part. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to talk more about this session, because we had some breakthroughs today, and I'm grateful to that group in Burundi, Central Africa, for taking ideas so seriously. Okay, we will see you tomorrow.